Hello, you can see I'm with Jenna. And when I'm with Jenna, it normally means one thing. I'm also with her friend Zoe, so say hi, Zoe. You've met Zoe before, I think. Jenna and I are normally together because we're at a theatre, but we're not in a theatre in London. We're at my home in Nottingham. We're here for the Strictly Come Dancing Relax performance. There you go. I worked with the show last week, made a video, you may have seen it. Did a little virtual tour. So yeah, it's going to be a fun day. We're also getting some various other special treatments, so you'll see it all, but there's lots of hashtag gifted and stuff like that. We'll go through it all. Relaxed performance. There we go. Oh, not Elvis. For those of you who thought she was dead because she wasn't appearing in my videos anymore, there is my sister. Dun dun dun. After a really nice meal, which I'll tell you a bit more about later, of course I couldn't come to a show like this and not give you a bit of a treat. So I'm currently about to head backstage to interview, well, you'll see who I'm about to interview now. Right, I am joined by Revel, who's been a judge on Strictly Come Dancing since 2004.
The beginning, darling.
Since the very beginning.
Yes, since May 2004.
And I know you've spoken to the National Autistic Society about this performance, so
yes.
and I've seen that you've been very excited about it.
Yeah.
But what I want to know, prior to all the relaxed performances coming about, what did you know about autism beforehand?
Not that much, to be honest, and what's great about it is you learn an awful lot. Your eyes are open, your ears are open, and you listen and learn, and I think that's the important thing, and that's also why I think these performances are really, really important, to not only publicise the fact that everyone should be included in seeing shows, and it's very, very easy to do as well.
Exactly. One thing I've heard a lot about the show is that it's been made a lot less scary.
Yeah.
And of course you're known on the show as being the scary judge, so I wonder, have you kind of toned it down at all? Or?
A little bit. I still think they deserve to see me as me, and get the panto experience of that. Probably not the adult humour that I'm a little bit known for. But certainly I'm going to be myself, and I think that's important as well. I think we've toned little bits down, but nothing too radical, that people miss out on anything. So I think that's important too, to remain in character.
So still give everybody the exact,
they get
the full Strictly experience.
Well, they get, the full Strictly experience. Everyone's not marking it, everyone's going to be dancing hard and dancing to win, as they would. I mean, as much as we tone the lighting down a little bit and bring the house lights up, that's sort of it. But you get exactly the same performance that you would at a normal show.
Cool. So one thing that I've done a lot of theatres now that have done relaxed performances.
Yeah.
But of course, we're kind of experiencing, we don't know the official behind this, but it's the world's first arena relaxed performance, which is absolutely mad. So how do you feel to be a part of history in that respect? Because it really is.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Like you say, I've done a lot of theatre myself and done a lot of relaxed performances where I've directed the show and then had to tone things down, and also performed, as Miss Hannigan, for instance, in Annie, and all pantos that I do every year. We always do a relaxed performance. So for me, it wasn't any big deal, but as you're saying, in an arena, it's very, very different because we rely heavily on the show for big bass sounds and vibrating, things, and also lots of pop, snap, crackle and pops, from fireworks and things. So what we've done is just taken the loud noises, the loud bangs out, but still kept, the prettiness of the show. So you're not really missing out on anything. And what's brilliant about it is that it's less scary, for people. And that means you're all inclusive, and a lot of people that couldn't necessarily come could come, and we're setting a precedent, and I think that's really, really good, and I'm hoping that this will prove to the world that it is possible to be all-inclusive and let everybody in the world see big arena productions.
Cool, well I think that's a nice little way to round it up as well, so thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure.
And see you on the other side.
Indeed.
Cool, thank you. I'm joined by AJ, who's a dancer on the show, and could you please say about what preparation that you've done personally for this? Because I know you've had, you're having to change things slightly, aren't you, for the show?
I think the great thing for this kind of soft performance for myself and Saffron within our dances, they are actually quite beautiful soft numbers anyway.
Right, yeah.
So we've got 2 ballroom numbers. The waltz itself is just ourselves on the floor holding the arena, and then we do a foxtrot, which is New York, New York. So we've got canes, and it's kind of, we just tone the bass down a bit more, so it's not like bzzz. so it's a bit more kind of softer. But the great thing is ours is just be ourselves, have fun, and just entertain like we would in any show, on any TV show.
Very cool.
What are you looking forward to, more to the point?
I'm looking forward to the fact that I'm in my home city for once, and they're doing
this is what we like.
I normally have to travel to like London to come to all these relaxed performances.
Yeah.
So I'm now at home for once. Like literally, I live a mile and a half away, and you know, to have this happening in my hometown, it's making history.
I think what's really nice, a bit like what Craig said, like it's setting a precedent. Doing an arena tour that is a soft performance, allowing so many people to do what they need to do to watch the show, and really bringing it to the masses. For me, it means a lot. Whether they're on their iPads, they're sat there talking, they can be themselves, and they don't have to worry about it because they're in a safe environment. And that does mean a lot for us as performers.
I think that's about it. So
no, fantastic.
Thank you very much. See you out there. So
enjoy the show. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm now joined by Stacey Dooley, who was the 2018 winner of Strictly Come Dancing, and you're hosting this tour, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Cool. So you've got a bit of a sore throat, so I'm going to keep it really brief.
I know, I'm so annoyed at myself.
But it's a relaxed performance, so you'll be taking it down.
That's it.
So
actually,
there you go.
it's perfect. I know it's come at the right time.
You're doing something specifically for this relaxed performance, aren't you?
Yes.
You're going out beforehand, so please can you just explain about...
Exactly, yeah. So it's my understanding that everything just needs to be a bit calmer, and we need to let people know, you know, that they're in a real sort of safe space.
How do you feel being a part of history? Because this is the first relaxed arena performance, so it really is something which, like Craig and AJ have just spoken about, how it's mad that we're...
Yeah, I mean, I didn't realise that was the case actually, and we were having a conversation yesterday. They were saying this has never been done before in an arena, so it feels quite monumental, and I'm delighted actually to be at the forefront of it. I think it's so important that this is inclusive. I think that's what Strictly sort of stands for. I think it's the whole family, isn't it? That's what I learned when I took part in it. So delighted for the kids, and I hope they really love it.
Cool. Right. Well, thank you very much for that, and we will let you rest before you have the show in half an hour. Cool. Thank you very much. So we've just done all the backstage interviews. That was all so quick, and really kind of like didn't know I was going to be interviewing AJ, so had to come up with questions on the spot. That was fun, but he was all really nice, and I'm sure these two were very happy about getting to do that. So we're just coming to find merch, but it's so spread out in there. I'll take a video when we're in there. Beforehand, we were gifted a VIP experience in the Spotlight restaurant. We had 2 meals and then had to pay for another one, and we had all this really nice food, and I'm thinking, oh god, how much are we going to pay for this? I'll insert clips of the food because it was really nice. And then as soon as the bill came, and I found out it was only £9.50. So definitely, if you want to like pimp up your show a bit before you come, do that. Interviewing those people, they're all lovely, and Craig said to me afterwards how he'd seen the video I made the other day, and that was just so lovely because he was like, it was really good, and yeah, really nice people. It's the interval, the show's going absolutely brilliantly, and one person who's enjoying it, I think, far too much, because I can see it from the opposite side of the arena, is Lorraine. You've met Lorraine before. My words are going. The National Autistic Society are involved in this performance so much by consulting on the actual performance, helping... Shut up, Siri. And also providing volunteers, like Lorraine. So, Lorraine, what kind of stuff have you been doing?
We've been helping direct people. We've got a quiet room here, so we've arranged some seating. We've got 2 different quiet rooms if people need it. And I think it's just reassuring people that if they need to know where they're going, or need to know where anything is, or just need a bit of advice, just come to us and ask us.
And I think, like, we're both from round here. It's so nice to have something local and world first, like... Well, definitely makes a difference for me not travelling, doesn't it? Yeah. But it's pretty much on my doorstep, and yeah, it's just such a nice environment in there, and one I've never felt before in there before. So yeah, great. So that was it. I really enjoyed it, and these two don't need to say any more. So obviously a massive thank you to... Well, I've got a lot of thank yous to say to the National Autistic Society, first of all, for being the ones consulting on the project and helping with the volunteers and stuff, to Nottingham Motorpoint Arena for gifting the food experience. That was really cool, really good value for money as well. You expect like that kind of posh food to be really expensive, but it was really quite cheap. So if you want to treat yourself to a £9.50 meal before the show at Nottingham Arena, just head up there. And Strictly Come Dancing live for an amazing show, and for all of this experience, to Craig, Revel Horwood, to Stacey Dooley, to AJ Pritchard. Basically to me, I didn't say this at the beginning, but when I was 3 years old, I attended this arena to see Tweenies live, and it was the first time I properly had a big meltdown. It involved my mum and granny carrying me out of this arena. So for nearly 20 years later, to be at a relaxed performance at this arena 1.5 miles away or whatever from my house, it means so much, and hopefully we've set a precedent today, and for me to be a part of it too, because I made a video for them and I've done all this. I really feel like I've been part of this one in some way. So yeah, it's the next day. I'm just editing the video. I am having a bed day, as I often have to do after doing big things, because it drains me a lot. Need all that recovery time because it's all very intense. But there's a couple of things I forgot to say. That the whole relaxed performance was executed brilliantly. Like, I know I spoke about it, but I didn't specifically say, yeah, they delivered on everything. I think with it being an arena, you've got so much more space to play about with. That ample space just makes so much of a better environment. It was also just really strange to see that they'd managed to get pyrotechnics that weren't really bright and weren't making loud noises. Very cool, and just shows it can be done. I imagine the performance would have been better attended if it wasn't a matinee on school day, because I think there probably would have been a lot of kids on the spectrum that would have gone had it been in a time where they weren't at school. But it was actually quite cool to be at a relaxed performance where there was mostly adults. One other thing I forgot to say is that the tickets were #gifted by Motorpoint Arena Nottingham. Quite a key one really, isn't it? I got given 6 tickets, so obviously me, my sister, Zoe, Jenna, but also my mum and granny came along. And what I told you about the Tweenie story, so to have, yeah, you can link that back to the story I said. So to be at that arena with my mum and granny 20 years later, mad, absolutely mad. I'm so overwhelmed by all the Strictly stuff. It's been an absolute honour to be a part of all this. But it's so cool that there's so many people who are after the same goal. Everywhere just needs to be accessible and inclusive. And we're getting there. It's great. There'll be a load of links in the description to Strictly stuff, to Motorpoint Arena stuff, to the National Autistic Society stuff, all that things. You've heard it all before, but yeah, down in the description. And leave me a comment if you've enjoyed this wild ride, because I really have. The videos have been very out there at the moment, so don't expect that for the coming weeks. There'll be a few bedroom videos, but yeah, cool. I'm so lucky to get to do the stuff that I do. I feel so honoured by it all, and I love it all so much, and if we can all work together to help make a difference, then cool. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.